An arrest warrant is out tonight for a prominent UCLA professor and researcher after a lab worker dies on campus. UCLA also facing criminal charges, and the university calls that outrageous. KCAL 9's Soraya Fidel is live at UCLA with details on the charges and reactions. Soraya.
And Sharon, that tragedy unfolded here inside the Molecular Sciences building 3 years ago. The professor who works here could get up to 4.5 years in prison if convicted. UCLA could get slapped with up to $5 million in fines. An arrest warrant has been issued for Patrick Heron, a UCLA biochemistry lab director, organic chemistry professor, and prominent researcher. The LA County District Attorney's Office has filed criminal charges against the 42-year-old and the UC system. Both face 3 felony counts for a campus laboratory fire that killed staff research assistant Sheharbano Sanji in December 2008. She was severely burned over nearly half of her body when air-sensitive chemicals burst into flames during an experiment and ignited her clothing. She was not wearing protective clothing at the time and died 18 days later. The 23-year-old Pakistani native had just graduated from Pomona College in Claremont and was applying to law schools when she took a research job in a lab run by Professor Heron. 3 years after her death, her family raised questions about UCLA lab practices, training, and supervision by Heron. Cal OSHA had fined UCLA nearly $32,000 for not properly training Sanji and not providing a protective lab coat. Tonight, students and faculty on campus who knew of the case, the victim, and the professor did not want to talk on camera, but off camera told me they were stunned by the criminal charges. UCLA tells us since the tragedy, it has cooperated with Cal OSHA and DA investigators. The university says it has dramatically increased the number of lab inspections and established even more rigorous safety standards. The university released this statement tonight. UCLA intends to mount a vigorous defense against the outrageous charges announced today. The facts provide absolutely no basis for the appalling allegation of criminal conduct, and UCLA is confident an impartial jury would agree. Now tonight we made several calls to Professor Heron and tried to reach out to the Sanji family. Our calls and our emails tonight were never returned. We're live here at UCLA in Westwood. Soraya Fidel, KCAL 9 News.
Okay.